Hello all you beautiful people out there. This is my channel, Abs Loves Nerdy Things. So I kind of updated my little shelf that I have behind me. I got a new plant for Christmas. She's vibing, you know? I got her yesterday, so like, obviously she's still alive, but yeah. I've only had like a few plants before, but I really like this one. I also have a succulent on my dresser. So that's pretty cool. So 2020, right? One of the worst years that probably any of us have lived. Worldwide and personal for me as well. It's been a disaster. But we're turning on to 2021 now. And just because it's a new year doesn't mean everything will be gone or perfect. And of course, there's still some things that we're wrapping up with everything. But just like turning the leaf and going on to a new chapter in our lives is a really nice idea, and it gives me hope, and it motivates me to move on and go into our next year strong. But yeah, so also moving on to a new year means that I'm gonna start a new bullet journal. I've been journaling for 2 years now, and it works pretty well for me. And yeah, I have a lot of fun with it, and it helps me stay organized.
So the first thing I did to start my 2021 bullet journal was look back at my old bullet journal and start planning it. I knew I wanted it simple, black and white, and then I added that I wanted plants in my theme. The materials I used in this setup were 2 Super Tip Crayola markers, 2 different green colors, 1 Micron 05 black pen for writing, 2 paint markers from Michaels, 1 white and 1 black, washi tape with like a gingham design that's black and white, and a green one. The bullet journal I have this year is actually from my brother and his fiance, and I got it for Christmas. I really like the blue pages that it has inside, which I wanted to make use of by making this little legend for symbols that I use for certain things. I drew the box for my key, and I decided to add dots around the outside to make it look a little more extra, because I'm very extra. But yeah. And then I started to write in my symbols and what I use them for. These symbols are like very versatile, and I changed mine a lot. So you just kind of have to experiment and like figure out which ones you like the best. But these are the ones that I'm comfortable with and that I use. Then I get started on the inside of my bullet journal. This is where I will be doing my cover page and my little quote to the side to start off my year. So like you saw in the beginning, I wanted to do a box with the word 2021 in it with plants around it. But here I kind of screwed up the placing. So I decided to just go all in with the black and just cover the entire box. And then later I'll go back in with my white paint marker to do the numbers. Here I'm going in with my light green marker to draw the little leaves surrounding the box. And then I go in with my darker marker to make details. They're obviously not the artsiest leaves ever, but I like the simplicity of it. Here I go in with my white paint marker to do the numbers again. And this time it turns out a lot better. And now I go in with some washi tape to add a little bit more detail. I really like these 2 washi tapes that I chose. I think it works well with the pattern. And here I start sketching the drawing I'm going to do to include my inspiring quote for the beginning of the year. At this point, I turned on my lamp, so the lighting is a bit different. But you should still be able to see, so it should be good. But I sketched out this hanging plant, and I wrote out the quote. I always watch YouTube while I'm bullet journaling, and in this case, I was actually watching Best Dressed, which I found recently, and I really like her. So yeah. Anyway, here I'm starting on my resolutions/goals for the new year page. I ended up adding the green paper, which is just construction paper that I saved, and I added it because the paint marker bled through the paper. And I think it adds a nice touch because it's like green and it ties it in with the plants. But yeah, so these are gonna be where I put my resolutions and check off if I have done them or not. I got the candle in the back for Christmas as well, and I really like the smell of it. And I don't know why, but for some reason whenever I like put on a candle, it inspires me to do something productive, which is pretty cool. Plus it smells really good, so that's always a plus. Candles aside, this is where I make my like things to do page. And I know because of like COVID, there's like not a lot of places I can go to, but I still wrote down some things that I could either do socially distance with masks, or in the future, if I don't know, something happens to where we're able to get vaccinated, or if we're able to get past this, then these are some places that I could go. I also include things I might want to watch in the new year and books I might want to read. This next spread is my A Year in Pictures spread. I did this last year and I didn't go past March, which might be for obvious reasons, but yeah, I was stuck inside for quarantine, and there wasn't a lot of interesting things happening, and I kind of lost motivation. But this year I'm going to go through with it, and my pictures are a lot smaller this year, but I wanted to fit them all on the same page, because I thought it'd look nice that way, and I wanted to try it out. I tried to decide if the paint marker would look bad showing through to the other side. But in the end, I decided to use it as a border anyway. Here I start working on my future log, which is where you put your future events that are in months, like, way far away. Or, well, okay, that's what it's that mean. But it's basically so that whenever you start your month, you can look back at your future log and you can put those in so that you don't have to like remember everything. This step is pretty tedious and it goes on for a while. But yeah, just take your time and try not to make any mistakes. I actually have quite a bit planned for the new year, which I'm pretty excited about, and it'll be my first time to be involved in a wedding. After I finish all the numbers for December, I start with my flip through of my bullet journal. So the first page, of course, is my key. And then we get to see the cover page finished and my little quote that I put, which says, "Tomorrow is the first blank page of a 365-page book." And we move on to my solution and things to do page. And then we have my year in pictures, which I am going to finish this time. It's easy to make mistakes for this step, so the one way I covered it this time was using paint marker. I've also used whiteout in the past, but yeah. I mean, just do whatever works for you. But yeah, that's the end of my bullet journal, guys.
And that's the end of my 2021 bullet journal setup. If you enjoyed this video and want to see new bullet journal things in the future, or if you want to see other things, I don't really have, only have 3 subscribers, and this is just like a fun thing that I'm starting to do. But if you watch my content, if you want, if you have any suggestions for what you want to see, I would love to hear from it in the comments. Anyway, have a great day and have a great 2021. Bye.